warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Firda Nurana. In this video, I would like to talk about education. Have you ever wondered what is education? Education is a teaching and learning system aiming to socialize individuals and maximize their development. The purpose of education in this modern time is to accelerate people's mindful progress so that they can function in society. They can generate critical thoughts. Also, they can propose ideas or projects based on the common welfare. They become skilled enough to create a balanced society. Learning is innate to the human being. Therefore, education is an essential process that is unstoppable and complex. Education trains people free of thought, belief, and opinion. They become able to distinguish good from the bad. In an attempt, they get to share their knowledge with others. Education plays its role in the development, competitiveness, and improvement of the quality of life. Among all people, it can only be achieved through education. Its learning methodologies and tools even involve the use of information and communication. Also, the technologies depending on shared knowledge. Indonesia, like many other countries, has succeeded in providing opportunities for its citizens to get an education. But education in Indonesia at this time still have problems. In my opinion, the main issues usually causes by curriculum and infrastructure problem. The problem of education curriculum in Indonesia often changes. Government still looks for the best curriculum, but its changing is too often. Most of the students feel difficult to adapt with new curriculum. Every day they spend 7 till 9 hours at school, and they feel stressed by school assignment and homework and must be able to master all subjects. Finally, they receive more than 10 subjects. This makes students unfocused. Due to the coronavirus outbreak nowadays, all institutions have switched to the online learning system. Thanks to the improvements of the technology, we haven't fallen behind in terms of learning process. We still keep going ahead despite all the difficulties. For me, the main advantage of online education is it's being less costly and less time consuming. Online classes create more available time for the students. My experience online learning was actually a really good one. I didn't mind it. It wasn't too much of a drastic change. On the other hand, the disadvantage of online education is that students can possibly cheat or plagiarize during quizzes and exams. It is the fact that online quizzes are not as effective as real ones. As a result, this will not let the instructor to evaluate the real education level of the students. There are several problems that have to be faced in learning, especially fourth semester students at English Education Study Program. The students need time to prepare to adapt to the changes of the new method of learning that will affect the understanding of learning theory and practice. There are some students who are still cannot understand what the speaker is talking about because the lack of vocabulary, fluency, pronunciation error, and some grammatical error which the control were limited. This has become challenging for students, especially learning speaking by online learning, because speaking is one of the hardest skills to master. Speaking class that was conducted during COVID-19 pandemic brought out some dilemma on students comprehending. Thus, the perception will arise because the learning system that usually uses the directly method turns into total online learning. Talking about education and learning, I want to share my favorite subject when I was in vocational school, which is tour guiding, that was taught in my major. I firmly recall my favorite teacher who built my love for this subject, Mr. Uday. I owe him for that. I feel extremely lucky to have had an amazing teacher who shared the same level of interest. He would often tell us on how to be a good tour guide and then calmly explain us what it implies. He would also relate certain similar life experience to make the point clear. Tour guiding itself is full of fascination and adventure if one is passionate for it. It is one of such subjects that anyone can possibly fall in love with. I have many goals set for myself for my near future. Definitely, I will spend another 2 years at the university studying English education. That's the first task I need to accomplish. After graduation, I want to continue my master degree and apply for a job in an international school to start my career. I know that a lot of things can change through 5 years, but I know what future I want for myself. So, I'd like to bring this video to a close with this motivational quote from Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your time and kind attention, and see you.